Hi everyone, I'm Lauren Malhoit. I work for Cisco in the NCMA BU, or the ACI BU, if you will. I'm just have a short demo really to show some of the programmability features within Cisco application-centric infrastructure. So my first paused here on my demo. You can see I have my application policy infrastructure controller, or APIC, pulled up, and you can see kind of the system dashboard. And we'll go ahead and hit play. And right away, I'm going to open my Postman REST client. And if you're not familiar with Postman, it's just a free REST client. It's from Google. You can use any REST client you want. Firefox, there's a ton of them out there, just Google it. But we use a lot of Postman, so that's what we're doing here. And as you can see, over on the left, I have my collections, which is basically some saved XML code that I will be using to run some post scripts to do some things within ACI. So let's go ahead and hit play. I wasn't dangerous enough to do a live demo, so. All right, so I'm going to go to my APIC login. And as you can see there, it shows that collection on the left. On the right there, you can see https://198. That's my APIC IP address. And then I'm using the post method, so it's actually going to create the login here. You can see my AAA user, which is admin, and then of course my super secret password, which you all know now. And then I'm just going to hit send. Get rid of that there. And as you can see down there in the bottom right, status 200, okay, so that means I'm logged into the APIC, I'm authenticated, so I can go ahead and run some more post scripts. So I'm just doing very simple building the fabric within the APIC, so adding spine switches and leaf switches. This is just a simple lab setup, so I have 2 spines and 2 leaf switches that I'm adding. You can see the payload over there. I have the serial number included, I have an ID for my spine, all sorts of things that I sent as a postscript, and I get 200, okay, so we know that worked. I'll go ahead and add spine 2 and do the same thing. So this is just kind of a really simple, example of how to use postscripts, but we can use postscripts to do anything within ACI. We can create tenants, we can create EPGs, we can do administrative things. Day 0 to day 2, everything can be done within ACI using postscripts. Everything's programmable. So I'm going to go ahead and configure my leaf 1 now, which was already attached to the APIC. So I had already discovered it, but I didn't have a serial number attached or an ID, so I went ahead and did that. And now I'm going to go onto my APIC and show you that we have all of those things created. So you can see fabric membership. Now I have my 2 leaf nodes, my 2 spine nodes. They all have serial numbers, they all have node IDs. They've automatically gotten IP addresses because that's how ACI does it automatically from a pool that we set up earlier. And so real quick, I just want to say, yeah, it's really cool that we can do all this XML code, right? And we see just like gibberish of XML and it's crazy. Everyone's first question is, well, how am I supposed to know how to get that XML, right? That's where ACI is really cool because, yeah, we can get on GitHub and we can look up some of the XML code and tweak it for our own environments. But within ACI, we have an API inspector, which is very cool. So I'll go ahead and run that. So I click Show API Inspector. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a tenant. So just real quick within the GUI. Now it's pretty easy in the GUI. We can do it in the GUI always. But the fact that it's programmable is really cool because if you're a partner and you're constantly doing this at a different company, well, then we can just carry these XML post scripts with us anywhere we go and just bring up like an ACI fabric within an afternoon. If you're using it in your own environment, there's a ton of administrative things that you can do automatically and just have these post scripts ready. So as you can see, I'm creating a tenant. It's called test_ACI. Go ahead and click next and finish. Just for efficiency, I didn't add any more information. And then I'm going to bring up my API inspector. And I'll do a quick search for my tenant, test ACI. And there it is. And as you can see, right above it, method is post. So you saw that earlier in our postman. We had the method equaling post. So we can copy and paste that in. And then below that, we see the payload, which is FV tenant, which is kind of what the object is called, tenant. But anything we do then within ACI, we can do it one time, and just copy and paste that into our Postman collections and have it for later. So that's all I had for you guys today. Thanks for listening.